A new Consumer Reports survey finds that 48% of shoppers try bargaining for a better deal, but that's a big drop from just a few years ago. The poll is featured in the August issue of the magazine, which looks at how haggling can really pay off. Consumer Reports senior editor Todd Marks is with us. Todd, good morning.
Good morning.
So you're saying it's not just the obvious stuff we should haggle over, it's everything.
Absolutely nothing is really off limits. Our survey took into account everything from credit card and bank fees to medical bills to furniture, collectibles, appliances, cell phone plans, you name it. And even though fewer people are haggling, the success rates are still rather high. At least anybody who tried haggling was successful at least once, roughly 70, 80, 90% of the time. So most of the time, if you try it, you succeed.
I was at a street fair recently, and I tried to haggle for a $5 item, and the guy goes, "Here, lady, you take it." And then I felt bad. Here's a $5.
It was $5, Gail.
I know, but I said, but what about $3? I just love the idea of getting a bargain. So are there strategies that we should use? Are there different strategies you should use in different situations?
Sure, of course. It depends on what you're negotiating for. I mean, the art of negotiation is give and take. Culturally, we in America kind of aren't like that as they are in other parts of the world. So we're a little bit at a disadvantage. But if you want to buy collectibles, you're looking for antiques, the best technique is to schmooze, to establish a personal rapport with the person you're dealing with. Show an expertise about the subject. You like 17 federal furniture from the 1700s? You show you know the nuances. That really establishes you as a serious buyer. Now, of course, if you're negotiating with a cell phone or telecom company, you want to say, well, what's the competitor charging? You want to do your homework and price shop, so you present them with a quote that see if they can beat.
And you've got to be ready to walk away, right?
It's like when you buy a new car.
Yeah.
If you fall in love with the car and you get new car fever, you're basically putting yourself right there on the table. But if you're willing to walk and take your business elsewhere, it's a powerful tool.
So surveys show we are bargaining a lot less than we used to. Why do you think that is?
Well, again, it depends why, but there are a couple of really interesting theories. On the one hand, for credit card and bank fees, those kind of services, the Credit Card Act of 2009 gave more sweeping consumer reforms in terms of forcing banks to notify customers in advance of rate hikes. Second, when it comes to doctors, this is really a powerful one because a lot of people are underinsured or uninsured, but we found that you can save an enormous amount of money haggling with your doctor. Fewer people are, though, trying. But one of the reasons we think that it's becoming less is because the small family practitioner isn't what it used to be. And now doctors are more and more affiliating themselves with hospitals and large groups, and they may not have the ability to negotiate.
I never thought you could haggle with your doctor.
Absolutely.
Do men and women haggle differently? Is one more successful than the other?
That's an interesting phenomenon as well. Women find the practice more uncomfortable. Twice as many women versus men really don't like to do it. 35% of people, all told, don't like to haggle, period. But women are less inclined because it makes them uncomfortable. But the good news is that when women do attempt to negotiate, they're every bit as successful as men.
They haven't met Norah O'Donnell, though.
What are you saying? It's the Irish in me. The Irish like to haggle, okay? You know? Yeah, that's how it is. Let me ask you about medical stuff because Gail brought up that. How many people are going to feel comfortable then going in? You see your doctor, you get treated, then you go to the male or female who's outside of the billing desk and they say, you owe this much. You're saying, no, actually, I'm only going to pay $500. You can't, it's tougher on a situation
It doesn't work like that. It depends on your technique. You don't say, I demand a discount. Nobody owes you anything. Remember, that's ridiculous. But what you do is you kind of work with them. Let's when you talk about medical, you're talking about big dollars. So when you're dealing with a medical issue, you may say, would you be willing to accept the negotiated rate with an insurance company, what the insurance company would pay. But there are a lot of techniques you can use. I was talking to a health advocate who routinely negotiates on behalf of patients who are uninsured or underinsured, and he said to me that it is not uncommon to negotiate 50% off the billed rate or the out-of-pocket expense with doctors, hospitals, and other medical services, so it can be done.
All right. Todd Marks, he knows how to get a
Good
deal.
advice. Thank you, Todd.
My pleasure.